Newbies, it's Psychic Bob here. It is so awesome to be back with you. I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you who came out to my recent video. On Thursday, we had Zodiac Thursday, and that was a lot of fun. And as many of you know, Psychic Bob's been very busy. I'm getting a lot of phone calls for readings lately. And unfortunately, yesterday got so full in my schedule, I was unable to get out a video for UFO Friday. But not to worry, we'll have that. Maybe on Sunday, we'll do something for UFO Friday. Maybe we'll kind of combine UFO Friday with Sunday and look into that at that time. Well, anyways, I want to say thank you for your patience, as Psychic Bob's very busy. If you want to get on my schedule for a private reading, I do still have openings for the upcoming week. The whole weekend is filled for me, but we can get you on for one day next week or next weekend. So if you want to reach out to me for a private session, my private readings are an hour long. And we're going to cover everything. We cover your past, your present, your future. Look at your spirit guides. I bring messages from them. Look at your past lives. We explore your mission, your life theme. All of that we cover in a reading, and I also answer your questions. There's a lot of stuff. So if you want to get on Psychic Bob's schedule, write to me at readings@robert-hickman.com, and we'll get you on the schedule, okay? I'll put the link below. Well, thank you for your support. All of you have been coming out for private readings. I've so enjoyed meeting so many of you, and we've had such a good time, haven't we? You guys are the best. Well, today is Saturday, and that means Saturday night seance. And for those of you who are new here, we do this every Saturday. It comes out of the old spiritualist church tradition. In the old spiritualist church, we'd gather at a medium's home on a Saturday. We'd sit in a circle, and the medium would go into trance, and the spirit world would channel through them. It was always fascinating. I saw some amazing things during my time of doing that. And not a lot of people are doing those sort of seances anymore. But here at Spirit Channel, I thought we would revive the old spiritualist tradition. So here we are. We're together virtually. So welcome to my virtual living room. Just pull your chairs up here in a circle. We're going to see what the spirit has. I'm a trance medium, or the other term is a trance channeler. And as a trance channeler, the spirit world overshadows my consciousness and physical body, and they come through me. Doesn't hurt. I'm not scared. It may look a little strange, but don't worry about it. You'll get used to it. And as you get to know the spirits that come through me, I think you'll be very fascinated. And I have to say, I'm as fascinated by the whole experience as you are, because when I go back and see the tapes, I'm always like, wow, that's amazing. So I hope you'll enjoy tonight's session. So I welcome you. Pull up your chairs. Let's have our seance circle. I'm going to go under. I'll see you when I get back. Oh, and a mighty good evening to all of you. This is Fletcher here. Give us just a moment while we get control of the medium's vibration. Oh, there we are. We think we got him under control. You know, sometimes our medium's a little high-strung, and he won't get out of the way to let us do our work. But it looks like he's successfully under now, and we can come through and talk to you. Well, I won't be staying long, because we've got a few people who want to talk tonight. But I wanted just to come in here and let you all know that I'm coming through from the spirit world, and we're so glad to be with you tonight. My name is Fletcher. I'll see you later. Over and out. You know, when I was a young man, there was very much the speculation of life on other worlds. Many scientists of the day used to say, it is perhaps possible that there could be life. There was talk at the time of life on the planet of Mars and planet of Venus. People used to speak of Mars because they saw the beautiful canals, and they said, surely this is a sign of intelligent design on this planet. I myself was always one to consider that life could be out there. Why is it that humans today think that there is nothing but what they see in front of them? This materialistic view has limited one from expanding one's consciousness. If we are to discuss education, we must look at the growth of the mind, not only through the physical senses, but I think it would do well for the professors and universities of the earth to consider that there are senses known as the spirit senses. Interestingly, I was at a time where there was much liberalism in education, and even though I was at Cambridge University, my professors did not buy in, all of them at least, into that rationalism and Darwinism that was very prevalent in those days. Today you have on the earth things such as quantum physics, and people are finding that there are possibility of dimensions and time portals, and space-time is not what it appears, that it is a fluidity about it. In the coming years, it will be very apparent to Earth that those who are coming to the Earth from other realms have learned to master the time and space continuum. They walk through portals, through doorways, and they bring over to this world not only their intelligence, but they bring also their access to other dimensions. Please understand that as a human you are locked in the third dimension, but really your spirit knows that it transcends even that. All of you on the earth have come into the body. You have come from the fifth dimension or the seventh dimension, or whichever dimension you would like to dwell in within the spirit world. Interestingly, when I died and I returned back to the spirit world, I come to learn the various levels here. In the spirit world, there are many realms, from the highest to the lowest. There are realms above that which I inhabit, that are realms of light. The angels of the most exalted degree and dwell in that sphere. And they bring down to us greater wisdom and truth. In time, all beings may ascend and climb the ladder of light. This is the term we use, the ladder of light, that every day is a chance to progress upward. Once you are in the spirit world, you have a clarity of vision that prevents you from lowering your vibration to go to the lower realms. Yes, you can visit it, but you will never become ensnared or trapped in it, because your vibration and clarity will prevent you. It is in the earth realm that in some way there is the greatest of danger, for in the earth realm, this is where one forgets one's spiritual connection. One becomes enmeshed, if I should say so, in the material world. The material world has its own blessing, its own power, and its own way of growth. But this growth is sometimes at odds with the spiritual self. There are people upon the earth who do not know whether to serve God or to serve money. And you see, the conflict is because they are so wrapped into the material world. You know, I had very wealthy friends as a young man, and I used to go to their grand estates, and I used to say, my, they have everything that the world can offer. I was a bit of a mystic in my day, and as many of you know, I studied the mysteries of spirit communication and of ceremonial magics. And, you know, some of my friends, those of the exalted class, the upper crust, they used to have grand homes where they had entire temples built in them, where they would practice these ritual conjurations. Some of my friends, though, unfortunately, used to say it was all bunk and they were not treated seriously. And unfortunately, they did not make progress. Unfortunately, in my own world, I became also enmeshed in the material world and forgot my spiritual callings and leanings and abandoned them for the life of pleasure and folly. Do not make the mistake of thinking that you must abandon your principles to have success upon the earth. In the earth realm, there is a veritable treasure trove of things awaiting you. You can have the material world and have the spiritual world. If you focus your life on saying, does this material object help me to achieve enlightenment? For example, purchasing a fine book of teachings of spirituality is a material purchase, yet its purpose behind it is spiritual. All of this power will work in your favor, you see. So do not think that you have to suddenly sell all your possessions and live in a cave somewhere. It is a balance that you walk, but it is a balance that can be achieved with much greater ease if you call upon our world. In the spirit world, we have an interest in guiding and helping all of you. My work as a guide has brought me great joy. It has allowed me to interact with earthlings and those who are on your sojourn. Many of you have forgotten your path, and as guides we do not force you to do your mission or your life calling, but we only gently encourage you and prompt you to follow your path, which will lead to your greatest joy and your greatest success. You see, if you truly follow a spiritual life, you will ascend through the ladder of light even on the earth, and you will have great joy. The material world can be a blessing also for those who follow the spiritual path. There are many people who follow the spiritual path and receive great wealth as well. Do not enter the spiritual path seeking wealth. Enter it for your own soul's glory and growth, for the glory of the heavenly realms. You see, if you focus on the higher reality, then you will have the success that you need and that you wish and desire. For those who struggle in the material plane, ask yourself, have I listened to my heart? Have I listened to my soul's calling? Inside each of you there's a memory of why you have come to the earth realm. And that memory is to help you to reawaken, I should say. When we enter into the earth sphere, there is a dimming of the mind, a dimming of the consciousness, a dimming of the sight. And it is necessary for the school to take effect, for the earth really is your school. But if you allow the spiritual light back in, you will slowly awaken and understand the balance of life between the material world and the physical world. This is where the alien beings, those who travel in the UFOs, have greater wisdom, for they understand the connection of this body, the material universe, and the spiritual world. Some of you in your future will encounter beings from these other worlds, and when you meet them, immediately you will be struck by their power. You will immediately say, these are people of power, their light glows about them. How is it so? It is because many advanced races have achieved the balance between the material and the spiritual, and this allows them to manifest in our world and to bring wisdom and enlightenment. So consider that in your future you will see face to face and interact with those of the other worlds who are presently called aliens, but really they are your own brethren. The earth started from those who dwell in the other worlds, and they expanded their empires and brought life throughout the cosmos. And the true fact is that all of life within the cosmos is one, and the divine order is played out, especially when people of those who are awaken to their connection, not only to their own self, but to the other beings of the other worlds. Know that the other worlds are not far away. They have mastered the time and space continuum. They can open the portals, the doorways, and enter into our world, into the earthly realm, with simply a flash of an eye, a blink of an eye, I should say. And this is how quickly they can travel. When it is time for them to leave the body, they do not fret and fear death. They know that it is merely a taking off of a coat. You know, when you enter a warm house in the winter time, what do you first do? You remove your coat, your hat, your gloves, your scarf. These are like the elements of the physical body. Slowly they are removed, and what is left is the true you. So the alien presences have discovered that the body is like a coat, and they do not have fear nor concern when it is time to transition to the higher realms. They will bring to the earth this wisdom and knowledge in due time, and you will see the wisdom that they impart. Many of you here tonight are already so advanced you understand these things, but it is important that we remind you from time to time, for your goal also is to help others to understand it. Your work on the earth is to bring enlightenment. Many people enter the earth realm, they become so enmeshed that they forget their higher self and they live a life of degradation. I know that I did it as well, and so I do not judge these people. But I invite all of you to allow the light of spirit to guide you. Be open to the guidance of the coming space brethren. And that is truly what they are. They are your brethren. Allow them to come to you. Allow them to enlighten you. And you will receive many blessings. My name is Alfred. Greetings, my dears. This is Rose. Oh, it's such a pleasure to listen to Alfred. It truly is a veritable encyclopedia of knowledge, you know. It shocks me to think how far he has come, you know. When I first saw Alfred, he was a dark spirit in a very dim and weak state. But since coming to the light, you see, that light has healed him. It has opened his mind and given him true illumination. The things of which he speaks are very true. The universe is veritably populated with life. It is teeming with existence. During my earthly life, I was one of those who thought, I don't have time to consider if there were green men on Mars. Little did I realize that the men on Mars look exactly like all of us. And so you will see in the coming years that those who live in the other realms are not so very different from us. They have bodies that are physical. They have souls that are immortal. They love in their heart. They have concern, especially for the earth. The earth is at a time, my dears, of great trepidation. There are those upon the earth who wish to create war, who wish to create destruction, who wish to bring chaos to the universe. Those who inhabit the other worlds understand that if the earth destroys itself, it will create great havoc through many planetary systems. Humanity has forgotten that there is a world outside of their own world, that there are many worlds. From the spirit world, we're looking in on the earth now and trying to bring a greater degree of peace and enlightenment. In the coming months, there will be greater sightings of those who are our space brethren. They will be showing themselves more regularly, and you will hear of sightings in many places. It is a sign of their approaching presence, and that they also wish to guide the earth. Fortunately, there are leaders in the world who already know of these presences and have received communications already. And so there is warning going to many world leaders that you must change your ways, that atomic warfare is not the answer. Over here we're guiding and watching. I suppose even I get a little bit nervous. But from our perspective, we have a great faith of life on the earth, and we know that humanity has the great power to change and to grow and to obtain wisdom and enlightenment. If it were not so, we would not try so hard. But I send each of you my assurance that there will be safety upon the earth. Do not have panic. Yes, it is a time of trepidation. It is also a time for great hope. And you know, as my vicar in the Church of England used to say, faith, hope, and love. He used to always preach on these things. I tell you, I wasn't much on the faith part, but I did like the hope. And I do think that if we have hope, then humanity will progress. Remember always to call upon our well. We will come and help you. You do not have to have fear. If you find yourselves wondering, saying, oh dear, it looks like there's escalation of violence, then call upon us. Say, we have concern. Know that we're always watching and guiding. But we like to be present personally to each of you as well. We want you to raise your vibration, your consciousness. And you might say, how can my consciousness affect anyone? But do you not know that each of you are beings of light? And if your vibration rises, it has a collective impact on the earth. And therefore other people who you do not know will be influenced. So pray for your leaders. Send the light through their minds. Call upon us to help. Together we can bring transformation and healing to the earth. Fletcher says that the power is fading now. So I don't wish to tax our medium. but it is my great pleasure and honor to be with you tonight. I thank each of you for allowing me to come and speak to you, and I also thank you on behalf of dear Alfred, who is very pleased also to be here tonight. I send each of you my greetings and my blessings, and I hope that you'll remember to call upon me. And before the power is gone, I ask you to remember me, and I will remember. Come to you. Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, I tell you, I am so blessed to be able to come here and to channel for you tonight. And I hope you've enjoyed this seance and gotten something out of it. If you've enjoyed tonight's program, you might want to pop over to my website and pick up my book, Messages from Rose. This tells about my work with my spirit guide, how she came to me, the channeling work I've done with her. I think you'll really enjoy it. And, you know, while you're over there, you can also pick up my other book, which is Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom. This is my latest book. I have a number of books, but these are just two of them that I happen to have here. But definitely pop over, check them out, you know. Work on your spiritual life, you know. This will help you get closer to my guide, get to know her. And, you know, if you come here each week to the seances, you'll be able to connect with her. And anyways, guys, I thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of Spirit Channel. You are the best. So keep it here. Tomorrow is Sunday. We're going to have something fun. I don't know what we're doing yet, but we'll come up with something. We'll maybe talk about UFOs. We're never going to talk about something solar, maybe some solar magic. We'll see how the day goes. But I love you guys. I send you my blessings. So listen, if you haven't done so, like this video, favorite it, hit subscribe, be part of our channel. We'd sure love you to be here. So we'll be back here tomorrow. But until then, may you always blessed be.